Today, we'll be having a deep dive into green-red color correction. Hello YouTube, my name is Vesta and I'm a student in a beauty academy working towards my professional certification as a makeup artist. Here on this channel, I share what I learned, my mistakes, observations, and hopefully progress. Stay with me if you want to learn a thing or two about beauty and STEM. Neutralizing red is a topic that is extremely important for people of my complexion. We always have redness in the skin, let it be sunburn, blood vessels, pimples, or just a little bit of bruising. It really shows very brightly. So it's important to know how to fix it. I've always been told that green neutralizes red, and of course this is truth, but every time I tried doing it on, let's say, on a pimple, it just never worked. It was driving me insane because I understand that according to the color theory, it does work, but alas, it never worked with me. Until I had to do a makeup on a woman who was extremely red, and that was the light bulb moment for me. Because I really saw how it worked that time. And now, as you can see, I'm that extremely red woman, so I thought it would be a really good learning and teaching moment for us to discover how it works. So as you can see, I have a quite severe sunburn. I'm in Costa Rica now, and I'm basically paying for my own stupidity. I burned myself 3 days ago because I'm a true daughter of the North, and I forgot to apply SPF, and it was pretty humid and pretty cloudy, so I thought it wasn't a big deal, but apparently it was. Anyway, now we will try to fix some of it. And before we start, a very important disclaimer. If you have any cuts or blisters or openings in your skin, or it's way too sensitive, do not use cosmetics, do not use makeup on it. Today, I will use a few different methods of how we can try to fix redness. First of all, I will do it with just my standard foundation. I might mix it with a warmer concealer a little bit. I will also do some color correction with just these neutral colors. And of course, the star of the show is the green, which should work the best. So we will start with the most obvious option is our foundation. My foundation is not very dense, it's not full coverage, it's something in the middle. Still, it will give us some coverage. I think I will be using this side so we can see the difference. It does some work, but of course it's not ideal. Same effect we will see if we use just a regular concealer. My concealer is liquid. Let's put it next to it. The effect is pretty much identical. What we can say here is that foundations don't really cover the redness. They can just tone it down a little bit. Next, we will try a very dense concealer. This one I use for color correction. Let's see which one is closer to my skin tone. I would say this one. Here the coverage is much stronger. But if you look closer to this on the skin, you can see the product, and this is not ideal. We would like to put product but make it invisible. Now the most entertaining part is we will dive into the green. My green, even though in the camera it might appear very bright, actually it's more of olive color. What I will do here, first I will just use the green and apply it directly on the skin. Let's use it here. If done in a thin layer and correctly, we will notice that the skin becomes dull and maybe even a little bit grayish. You can clearly see this area here. Let's enlarge it to make it just even bigger. See how the red is already being neutralized? But it's not the color we're going for. We need something that is my color. I was using this one, now I will switch to that one with the mixture of this a little bit. Mix it all on the palette. Notice how I just tap, I don't move the product around because it would move it around and this is not what we need. Right now we do not see any green. Maybe on the camera it is a little bit green, by the way, but in real life it's just dull. Now I will take my foundation and mix it with the liquid concealer that I still had here on the palette. And now we see this whole area is not red anymore. Now let's do the same thing right next to the tan line to see how well or not well it works. I will take the green, apply it right on the line, making sure I don't go on my light skin because it will make it green, which we don't need, obviously. I will bring the camera closer so you can verify that already now it looks not as red. I have a nice puff. I just see some spots here and there, which I might intensify a little bit. But voila! Just compare this area to this area. So see, the initial color was like super bright red. I'm a screaming lobster. And here it's almost the color of my normal natural skin. If I need to make it even whiter, like closer to this, I can just put more layers on top. And you know what, actually let's do it. I just wonder if we can make it look exactly like the line. So I'm doing the same thing again. Green. The area that gives away the most is the line itself. So I need to make sure it's all covered really nicely. And I feel that I have too much of the green, so I will just take it away with the puff. Because there was a bit of too much green, I think I need a thicker layer of the skin color corrector. And all of that, of course, you can do with your favorite brush. I'm using and I always do everything with brush, but this time, because it's a sunburn and it's really unpleasant to touch, I prefer using my finger. And the last step, the foundation. to bring back life to the skin. Actually need a little bit more. Even though this is a concealer, it serves almost, it's very liquid, so it serves almost as a foundation. It's just warmer, and because I'm in a very warm environment, it will be better to use warm, not cold foundation. Isn't that marvelous? Look closer. Maybe the camera still sees through the coverage and reflects a little bit of green. This is what I personally see on the screen. But trust me, in real life, it's pretty much my natural skin color. And let's remove a line to see it even better. So somewhere here, it should be really red. Let's look closer. This is what we got. I think this is a very good showcase of how the green actually works. I will again just take the little bit of concealer and apply it here without the green. And the line pretty much stays. It dims down, but it's no comparison to the green. Obviously, the example that I showed you today is an extreme one. Normally, we don't need to cover so much of the redness. Just the sunburn was the perfect playground to test, and I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad I was managed to show it to you. I hope this small demonstration was useful to you, and you now see in real practice, not on the tiny spot, how the green actually works. And please be careful when exposed to the sun. Always use SPF and just don't go to a direct sun. Use a bronzer if you want to be darker. It's much healthier for you. And enjoy the summer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.